Hi everyone, this is Gabriel Sansão and this is SchellingTube, a series of videos related to Schelling's philosophy of nature and philosophy of art. Today I'm going to discuss with you guys about this conception of Schelling called a formative drive. We're working on the text called On the World Soul, the highest hypothesis of physical explanation of a universal organism. That's a huge title, right? It's a text from 1798. It's the volume 6 of the historical critical edition of Schelling's writings. And there Schelling proposes on part 2 the idea of the world as a huge organism. Nature is an organism that self-regulates itself. This idea is very interesting, and its reception in contemporary science has been appreciated by Roiser Klessler and also in Brazil by Clever Amora. So I recommend the works of those guys. If you're interested, you can email me or something, and I will send you the bibliographical reference. Anyway, what is a formative drive? It is an idea that comes from this physician called Blumenbach. Blumenbach is Blumenbach is an important physician and physiologist from the 18th century. He corresponded with Kant. They wrote to each other some letters. You can find them on the Academy edition of Kant's writings. And they shared this idea of nature and freedom being expressed in the idea of a drive. A drive has an element of necessity, but it also has an element of creativity, of freedom. And the formative drive is related to very important issues in the animal life, such as regeneration, reproduction, mostly on those processes, I guess, but also on some creative processes, as we will see with Schelling. And Schelling thinks that the formative drive is a manifestation of an activity by which freedom and necessity are joined together, but it is not itself the demonstration, the rational explanation of this, does not offer a rational explanation of the formative drive, of the union between nature and freedom. It presupposes some higher order to Schelling. It would be interesting because in the philosophy of art, Schelling points to the idea that the formative drive is related to architecture. This is a strange idea at first, but it's quite interesting. He already elaborates it in the first outline of a project of a system of philosophy of nature of 1799, but he reinforces it and develops it further from 1802 to 1805 on his courses of philosophy of art. There, Schelling says that a formative drive can be found in the bees, for example, and the bees that don't reproduce themselves, they will produce more the elements, the architecture of the comb, so as to say. And the formative drive is related in many occasions in the animal kingdom to the sexual development. It's quite interesting, it's fascinating, and a fascinating idea, and it sort of anticipates some thinkings in psychoanalysis about the relations between sexuality and art. So this is an important concept. Schelling doesn't develop it a lot in his writings. He has a little critical approach to it, and it's very interesting. For some good comments about On the World Soul, I recommend Hamilton Grant's Cho's her dissertation about Schelling and ecological thinking is an awesome work, very admirable. And I also recommend Clever Amora's work on Schelling and the dual nature of light. Possibly we'll have more videos about On the World Soul focused on the issue of light according to Schelling, since it is important to his philosophy of nature and to his aesthetics, particularly in the case of painting. This is it. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'll see you.